guys, so I have a really casual monthly check-in. I'm not feeling well, woke up not feeling very well today, so we'll see if I make it through a whole work day. I wanted to do just a wrap up of the month of January, so I'm doing this before I head to work so I can get it up. So I'm gonna try not to rush. The month of January was really kind of a restart for me after the holidays and whatnot, and I hate to be like that person that says, oh, after the holidays I'm going to restart. But what the reality is that I let myself really get caught up in a lot of stuff that was going on. And it's pretty much since August, you know, if you guys watch me, you know that things have been just crazy up and down, and I let myself get caught up in it and not think about my health and not think about my journey. And Thanksgiving was just an excuse to really let things go, and then again around, you know, the rest of the holiday season. So it truly is just a restart, because my reality is no matter what is going on in your life, you just have to think about your health and do some self-care as well. So that is what my focus kind of was, you know, even though there's these things going on and these things going on, you still have to think of you. And that's just what I've been having to do, and just think about, you know, other ways that I can, you know, get my, you know, to tackle the stress, you know, other ways besides just going off track and eating and binging and that kind of thing. And that's kind of what I was focusing on, and that's one of the reasons why I did a couple of things this month. I decided I wasn't going to do weekly weigh-ins just because I didn't need that extra layer of stress to possibly derail me, if, you know, because you guys know that the scale goes up and down constantly depending on your hormones, your cycle, especially when you're getting to my age, things are not always the same. So actually having a one day you weigh in every week, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, because your body is just constantly doing this. And I learned that several times just from doing, you know, weighing every day for, you know, a month or two and charting it. You know, you discover there's certain times of the month, certain days of the week that it's just different. I did weigh, but just periodically, just never on a consistent basis. Another thing that I did, started checking my ketones. I finally got the ketone meter from Keto Mojo, and I just wanted to see that if, for one, there's a couple of reasons I wanted to get it. One, just to kind of give myself some reassurance that yes, what I'm doing is putting me in ketosis, and that I needed some extra motivation to get me going, because one of the things, and the other thing I wanted to do this month was to track every day, even, you know, the good stuff, the bad stuff, even days that I chose that I knew we were going to go do something and I was not going to stay keto. I even tracked those days. I just wanted to get back in the habit of tracking, because bottom line is, no, you don't have to track every day when you're on keto, and a lot of people don't. My reality is I feel like I do need that extra layer of accountability, and it does just help me see why did I have such a bad week, and why did the scale not move, you know, when I was weighing every week. And usually it came down to I wasn't balancing my macros really well, which some people don't need to do that. Some people just lose, and they can just lose just by going the low carb and not worry about the fat and the protein macros. Some people, you know, have to eat real high fat and keep their carbs really low, and just a real moderate protein, lower to moderate protein. Some people have to eat more protein. I mean, it's just, everybody's different, and I think I just needed to learn my body again. And by having that ketone meter, it really just made my confidence boost, seeing that I was in ketosis so many times. Going forward, I'm not going to be checking my ketones every day. For one thing, the strips are expensive, and I just needed it, like I said, for this first, you know, month or so. I do have a code for it. When I bought it, they had a $10 off the bundle sale, and then with the code, it like gave you like $97 or something for the entire thing, and that was like 60 strips of each, the glucose and the ketone strips and the meter. So I don't know if that sale is still going on, but I was able to use my health savings card for it, and then I used somebody's code, and that's how I got the $97. So if you want to check that out, I will have that link down below. It is really good for motivation if you just want that kind of extra boost in motivation. Another thing I did this month, different than I'd ever done before, was I measured the beginning of the month. Now I've done this before in the past, but not since I've been on keto. So I did measure January 1, and I just measured this morning. So I know today's the 31st, so this is the full entire month. So I will give you my results of my measurements, and then also give me my weight loss. I weighed January 1, and I weighed this morning's weigh-in. So when I weighed in on January 1, I was 215.2, and this morning I was 207.2. So exactly 8 pounds I lost this month. As far as measurements go, this is what I measure. My neck, my arms, like I just do my upper arms here because those are the only ones I'm like really concerned about. My thighs, my calves, I do a measurement around my belly button. Then I also do like your upper waist up here, and then my bust and my hips. So on my neck, I lost 1.5, which is no surprise because I do like gain really quickly in my face and my neck. It's like the first place I gain, and then my upper area. That's like where I always gain. It's crazy. My legs are almost always the same. I did lose some inches on my legs, but it's like they don't really change that much. My arms. So between both arms, I lost 2.5 inches. My thighs, between both of them, I also lost 2.5 inches. My calves, I've lost between 2. I lost an inch. Actually, it was an inch on each thigh. My belly button waist measurement, I lost 1.5 inches. And my upper waist up here, I also lost 1.5 inches. In my bust, I lost 1.5 inches. Wow, I didn't think about that when I was writing that down. And my hips, I lost 1 inch. So it was a total of 14 inches this month with the restart. So it just shows, you know, I know a lot of people when they very first start keto, they lose a lot of weight. I have never been one that's just dropped a lot of weight, and I didn't, you know, even when I first started keto. It's always been a slow process with me. So that's why taking measurements, I think, is really important for people who are slow losers, because you will see it somewhere. And normally it's probably going to be in your measurements. So I highly recommend you guys, if you're watching this video and it's, you know, the end of the month, beginning of February, take your measurements right now. Just stop and take your measurements because you will not be sorry. I just use one of those, you know, just the soft measuring tapes that, you know, ones that you use for like sewing and things like that. That's what I use for measurements. I just highly recommend that. I think it'll definitely help with your mindset. Like this, when I looked at this and I think 14 inches, that's a lot. And it's throughout my body. So, you know, it's a good, you know, mix throughout my body. But I just recommend that. I think it will be highly helpful for you guys. I am very happy with the month of January. Very happy. I'm going to do the same thing in February with the scale. I am not going to weigh every week. I'm going to do the same thing. I have my measurements now for the beginning of the month. I have my weight for the beginning of the month, and I will just weigh periodically throughout the month again, but I won't do another weigh-in with you till the end of the month. So going forward in February, very quickly, I have to head to work. My goals for February, again, are going to be the same thing as far as, like I said, weighing and measuring. I'm going to still track all my food because that's something I just want to do from now on. I think I just do better doing that, and doing it every day in January really, really helped me. Now it's just a habit again, which is what it's not a chore. It's a kind of a chore, feeling like a chore in the beginning, but now it feels like a habit again, which I really enjoy that now it doesn't feel like such a chore. I use Carb Manager if anybody wants to know. I know there's people use MyFitnessPal, and another one that people tell me about all the time is Chronometer. I used MyFitnessPal when I used to just count calories and macros, but not keto because it doesn't have the net carbs. But people just minus out the fiber, which is just as easy. So I just use Carb Manager. I have never had any issues with it. I love it. So continue tracking. A couple of things I'm going to do in February that I have noticed this month is I need to move more. I ended up hurting my back. I did try to start exercising in January, but then I hurt my back. So I know that I have to stick with really low intensity exercises because I do have injuries that I can flare up. So I'm doing the Leslie Sansone Walk at Home app. So that's what I'm doing for that. It's only $4.99 a month, and I can do it on my TV, on my iPad, on my phone. So it's always convenient. And they're low intensity, but there's also some bursts of high intensity in some of them. And so I will be doing that. So it's going to be intentional movement. I say it that way because even at work, I can find myself just sitting there at my desk for the entire, 4 hours before lunch and 4 hours after lunch, so I wanted to do some intentional movement. So getting up and moving even at work. doing the movement in the morning with the walk at home videos. I mean, I just want to make sure I'm moving. So that's one of my goals for February. The other one is going to be drinking more water because, or not really, it's more like picking water first. I don't pick water first ever. I pick coffee, energy drinks. I drink diet soda once in a while. I'm not like, I don't drink it all the time. I've been really enjoying the Zevia, so I have that. So I just want to pick water first because I know I need to get more water in. I do put a little bit of water enhancer in there, either the Built Boost from Built Bar or the Zip Fizz. But then besides those two, I want to drink the rest of my water, just clear water. But I need to intentionally drink water as well. Just choose water first. So those are my kind of two big goals for February. I do have some personal goals, which I will talk about more in my vlogs. I don't know if I'll just do a whole video about that. It's just more about kind of time management and organizing my life. So if you do want to hear more about that, I can either throw it into a vlog or I can do a separate video. But so for the month of February, as far as my journey here, it's just going to be, like I said, focus on the water and intentional movement. And I don't like to put a number, a weight like number, but I would like to see at least 5 pounds in February come off, because I really am hitting for the under 200 again. I was there several times throughout these last 3 years while on my journey here on YouTube, and it's just like I hit it and it's like, okay, it comes back, you know. It's just, that's my thing that I cannot stay under. So anyway, that'll be a goal, more of a, you know, let's just see how far we can get this month. So anyway, there are my results for the month of January. Let me know down in the comment section, how did you guys do in January? Did you have a good month? But you know what, if you didn't have a good month, it's okay. Every little bit counts. Every little bit is just one step closer to your goal, and you just have to make yourself little mini goals. That's why I say I don't like to put a big number on what I want to lose for the month, because I don't want to disappoint myself and then backpedal and end up, you know, going back to how I was. So I just like to put little mini goals and doing, like I said, like the intentional movement, the choosing water first, and then the weight's going to come off. I just have to make some good choices, and that is the plan. As far as the meter, like I said, I'm not going to check every single day. So my plan is just to check to see if there's certain foods that may kick me out of ketosis. And I do have a couple of things that I noticed this last week that is happening on. So I'm going to do a whole update on that in February, because that'll be my main goal in February, is to just use that meter to check certain foods to see how they affect my blood sugar and how they affect, you know, my ketosis, and how if it kicks me out or whatnot. So that'll be my plan with the meter. So I will do a whole update on all the foods, drinks, foods, and all that I noticed did that, and I'll do a whole update with that in my February update. So that'll be what I'm using the meter from here on out. I just needed that little boost of motivation to keep going this month, and the meter really did that for me. Definitely really did that for me. So now I just want to use it to see how my body is affected by different foods. So thank you guys again for watching this video. If you're not subscribed, I hope you will take a moment to do so and give this video a thumbs up. And again, like I said, leave me some comments down below with how you guys did for the month and what your goals are for the month of February. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys.